So this video is about those awkward moments in life and which of them are worst. So this one could probably make the list. So at number 5 is of course the awkward elevator thing. Now this isn't that it's awkward enough to be on the list, but it's not awkward enough to be at the top for many reasons, I think, because once it's awkward, it's not a long amount of time, and the people, even if you're going to the top floor from the bottom, people will get off, so it's not exactly a bad one. The only things what really make this really bad: someone's on the phone, someone's crying, or if someone farts. That's what makes it really awkward. So it's not as awkward as this ending of this bit though. So number 4, it is singing. Well, not just singing, but singing in public. Now, this sort of overlaps everything from karaoke to singing on the train. When you don't know you're singing, you're just a bit carried away. Or when you're sort of singing, you don't think anyone's around, and then all of a sudden you walk around the corner and there's loads of people. Now, this is awkward for many reasons. It can be sort of awkward for the people around them, like on karaoke, when the person can't sing. You're just trying to have like a nicer time in like the pub or wherever it is happening, and you just got a really bad singer, and everyone's like, yay, you're really good. When you're not. If you can't sing, just sit the fuck down, like Will Ferrell says. Second one, you're singing with your headphones in, you're on a train. By the time you realise, you're getting off anyway, so it doesn't really matter, it's just really awkward for the people around you again. Now, the third one is probably the most sort of horrible for you, because it's embarrassing and awkward. You don't think anyone's there, you go around the corner, there's people there. Now, it's not so much the other people, because they might have not have noticed. However, if they haven't, you make them notice by just acting really weird and awkward. So that's why it's at number 4. At number 3 is of course the asking someone out. Now, this could be quite awkward or not, it depends. So I'm going for the end of the scale, the most horrible ones. You're asking a friend out, or you're asking someone out, but it's kind of a joke from them or from you, and it just goes horribly wrong. Now, make the joke ones are mean, I don't endorse it, and it's quite sad. So it's not funny. I think mainly girls do that one, guys are just sort of not caring with that sort of thing. But when you're asking out a friend, it can either be really weird, because if a friend's asking you out or you're doing that, there's always that chance that they're like, we're just really good friends, and then you sort of still hang out, and it's just awkward for the rest of your life until you go off to a different college for sixth form or university. So that's why it's at number 3, because it can be long-lasting awkwardness. And at number 2, it is of course buying female presents. Now, this is a weird one, because it all depends on you, I think, as a person, or it also depends on the type of shop assistant or attendant, whatever you want to call them. They can make it awkward just by being themselves or whatever, but then also you can. If you're buying things like for girls, like underwear or some weird tops or something like that, you can have an American Pie moment where you might get a lump in your trousers. Like, this has never happened to me, I'm just using the film, but that could happen. Or people can think you're buying it for yourself. Now, sort of a weird one, because when you buy like hair dye or something, people can think it's for yourself. And if you sort of run into the like geezer type lad, he'll probably think that you're buying it for yourself. Especially if it's one of those dads as well, I think. You know, the fat bald EDLA ones. And that can make it quite awkward. Or if when you're buying it, you bump into the person you're buying it for and they've just bought it for themselves. So it can be quite awkward, and it's not a very sort of, I think that one just depends on you and the people you run into. So it's a solid 2. Number 1, it is making your first YouTube video. Now, for you people who just watch YouTube videos and never made one before, it is hard, because when you're first watching YouTube videos, you think, oh, I can do this easily. It's a lot harder than you think, because you have to get all your sort of lighting and everything set up, especially if you're doing it in England, where the light just outside light, you've got none of it, so you have to use lamps and stuff. And also, just speaking to a camera, it's a lot harder than you might think. It's not like talking to another person. It's like talking to everyone in a room at once, and it's hard because you can't feed off what other people are saying, so it's just on your head. And if you ramble a little bit, like I am doing now probably, it's hard to stop, and that's probably why you see lots of cuts in videos, because people have just been rambling and making no sense at all. So this is a solid number 1, I think, because it is just horrible the first couple of videos you put out, and especially if your friends get hold of them. My sister found one of my older ones, which I'm not proud of my older ones. I'm not probably proud of this one by the time I make it. But yeah, she downloaded it and posted it all around my family and everything, so now everyone sort of takes the mick out of it, which is not nice, okay? But yeah, it's a solid number 1, making your first couple of YouTube videos. So that's probably all I've got time for, and I'll see you in the outro.